Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome back to Space Engineers. Now, today we find ourselves trying to park the monstrosity after I went to do some magnesium mining. I just checked our supplies and magnesium was one of the things that we were missing. We are going to need some turrets to protect our mining base. After all, we are not going to be there often to protect it ourselves. Not that I am capable of protecting anything right now, I don't even have a gun. But still, you know, it's always a good idea. So I thought, how about I go grab myself some magnesium just to make sure that we have all the materials required to make some ammunition. Stop! Don't destroy anything, thank you. There we go. Nothing got damaged? No. Fantastic. Okay, so, like I said, today we are going to go towards our mining base and we are going to try and complete it. However, oh, that reminds me. Before I went to do magnesium mine, I added a small detail to our base. Just check it out. Pretty cool. I'm just using the sensors right there. If you want to know how these things are set up, please. Let's go set up actions. It selects the door when the first one is open, the second one is closed, which means whenever we get close to the door, it opens. Whenever we get away from the door, it closes by itself. Same with this one. Pretty cool detail, I think. Now, in any case, as I was saying, if we are to go towards the ice base over there, we need to bring resources with us. And, well, this time I'm not going to bring the monstrosity filled up with resources. That would not be super efficient. We did it the first time because we were testing out the Firefly lifting capabilities, but now we need to design something better and far simpler. Yeah, perfectly honest, and I don't have any steel plates. I have an inventory filled with garbage. None of that garbage is plates. So we're going to start this episode by designing the cargo container that we are going to bring with the Firefly. The one that it is supposed to connect to the... I really only have those? Okay. To connect to the other side of the mining base, so we know that we have a connector plus a merge block, right? So let's just add some height to this, not a lot, because I don't want this to crash into the ground and get destroyed. So let's see, merge blocks, they should be around here. Oh, yeah, that's right, I cleared part of my inventory. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was trying to organize my inventory because I told you guys that I was going to do it eventually. Unfortunately, I gave up midway because I'm not an organized person. Merge blocks, where are you? There you are. This sets the timer. Merge, small merge. Now, we want a big merge. There we go, right next to the connector and everything, precisely what we want. So we know that we have a merge block right there, and we are going to have a connector. Come on. Well, that's good enough as well, that can connect anyway, so that's fine. If you are wondering why I have the merge block, is simply because it's far easier and less laggy. When you have a bunch of things just connected by connectors, they tend to lag out the game for some reason. Don't know why, don't care. All I know is if you have a bunch of stuff, merge blocks is the way to go. It is going to help the frames of your game considerably. So we are going to add 2 small cargo containers that should be enough to transport a decent amount of ice between our ice base over there and the main base over here. And we can use it right now to transport the materials that we are going to need to build up the base. So give me a moment while I weld these things together, and then we are going to try and fill it up to the brink and see if the Firefly can lift it. There we go. Very simple, very simple. At least for now. We might be able to improve it in the future, this great design, but for now, you know, it's going to serve our purposes. Now let's see, will this explode from the 1 block fall that is going to be submitted to? No, it did not explode. That is just amazing. Now, no. I'm not going to fill up this thing by hand. Hell freaking no, that's a lot. That's 30,000 liters of resources that we are going to bring with us. Given that we have a 1200 liter inventory, that would be around 30. Nope, not going to happen. Just FYI. I'm going to do it the lazy way. I'm going to use the Firefly, lift it, connect it to the port of where the Firefly usually goes, and then we are going to transfer it. Not manually. Okay, let's get out of here. I believe everything is turned on. Unlock this one. I believe it is somewhere around here, right? Hey, where's my crate? Oh, here it is. Let's point towards the middle. That tends to be the place where the correct alignment usually is, at least with the Firefly. Let's go slowly, and we should have a connection. Come on. Anytime soon? Oh yeah, perfect. Oops, it is locked. Well, empty, it's not a major deal, right? This thing is not that heavy. Maybe the connector is a little bit heavy, but the cargo containers themselves are pretty light. The merge block doesn't really take a lot of components. I believe the weight of the block is determined by the amount of components said block takes. So, for example, a battery, which takes a lot of heavy components, very heavy. Firefly, please hold on a little bit. Let me just do a small experiment. Connector to crate. Let me see if I can control that from the Firefly now that we are connected with a mag plate. I'm pretty sure I can't. Doesn't hurt to try. Connect. Yeah. I will have to do some gymnastics, but that's fine. Firefly has plenty of power left. So I will have to connect it outside. But oh, that's okay. I think I can handle it. There we go. Should be connecting. There we go. So Firefly, now hold it in place. We lock it over here. All ready to lock. It is locked. I could turn off the engine, but that's okay. And what we are going to do, it's quite simple. We go over here. Let me just double check. This one is cargo 18. This one is cargo 17. Just to be absolutely certain. Now we are going to go over here. And we are going to take a bunch of iron with us. Just plain old regular iron. I don't know how much I should be taking. Basic. Oh, it's a basic refinery with a bunch of stuff inside of it that is not being processed. Okay, whatever. Not really anything that I should be worried about. Okay, so pretty much I'm just going to drag a bunch of resources such as nickel, iron, and silica, even though we still have a bunch of silica back there. I'm going to fabricate a bunch of other components such as plates, motors, the usual stuff that we regularly need. Oh, yeah, grids. We cannot build grids there. Should take a few grids with me as well. So yeah, give me a moment while I fill this thing up, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. Alright my friends, so I think this is good enough, even though we barely have anything, but I just have way too many materials over here. I don't think I'm going to need all of them. So over here I have a bunch of stuff, and a bunch more stuff, and over here I have, you guessed it, more stuff plus other stuff. Just a bunch of stuff. Now this is still turned on, I believe. I didn't turn anything off, so let's that was disconcerting, to say the least. The Firefly... Oh boy. Yeah, no, like, no. Connect, immediately connect. Oof. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too much iron, you know, iron tends to be quite heavy, you see? Like, just see what happens when you remove all of these iron. Look at that weight, 19,000 kilograms, 13,000 kilograms. Yeah, iron tends to be a little bit heavy. That's less than ideal. You know, I'm going to try and push this as far as I can, because I'm pretty sure ice is not as heavy as... Yeah, 30,000 iron, nope. No, 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 no. Okay, let me try and balance this a little bit more. Well, I'm really glad that we did not turn on the magnetism on this thing, because without it, the Firefly would have tumbled forward and exploded in 1,000 pieces, and that is bad, I heard. So I balanced this a little bit more. I removed a bunch of the iron that we had. We had close to 40,000 iron. Now we have 10,000. That's a lot less. Oh, yeah, disconnect that. Disconnect that. Let's see, Firefly. Barely. Can you hold yourself? Yeah, we have... Ooh, look how fast we can climb. That is not ideal, but okay. We can hold it at 112,000 kilograms. This bad boy is now flying. Let's just go towards the ice space. We'll drop this on the floor and use these materials to build as much as we can now. Our vertical velocity is really hard to control, so yeah, we want to go down very, very slowly. It yeah, accelerated over to 20 meters per second going down, and it took me like 300 meters to come to a full stop, so how about we don't do that anymore, otherwise we are going to crash against the floor and explode. Yeah, as you can see, like, this thing is not keen on slowing down, so now that we are closing into the floor, I really, really need to be careful, otherwise we are going to... this is going to turn itself into a loot piñata, and I don't feel like going all around the place collecting all the stuff. Oh, are we closing in on the... almost. Not yet. Why are you giving me... Oh, because we are really close to the floor. A little bit more. I want to touch down this. This is touching the floor. Drop it. Let's park the Firefly next to it and continue to build this thing. Now, you may think to yourself, could you not park this anywhere closer to the base? Yes, I could. But I got in here in one piece, so I'm going to take that win, and I'm just going to go with it. Ouch. There we go. Perfect landing. Yeah, like, on foot this is probably going to take a little bit of time. Oh well, thank God that you guys don't have to witness this now, because I'm pretty sure this distance is going to add some time to the build, but oh well. While I weld all of this, I can have the luxury of thinking what I'm going to do next, so that's what I'm going to focus on, and you guys, I will see you in 3, 2, 1... And we're back. See, I told you it was going to be quick. Well, at least just one part. The mechanism is already built, at least a mechanism that is going to transfer the ice towards the crate, which means we can test it out whenever we feel like it. But for now, let's just test the... let's just set up the conveyor sorters. I need the control panel, please. Let me just... conveyor sorter bottom. The other one, I know which one it is, so let's go into the control panel, select the sorter bottom, filter mode, whitelist, everything. In this case, no, we want to blacklist nothing, which is the equivalent of whitelisting everything, and we want to set to drain all. And then on the other one, sorter, we want to whitelist ice, just ice, no, ice, there we go, add to the filter list, and then we make it so that it drains all, which is going to push all the ice that we mine. From this point onwards, it's going to fill up the connector, which is unfortunate, is a little bit of ice that we are never going to be able to get, but we should always be running in a surplus, so we should not... like, that shouldn't make the difference, right? Once this one is full, all the other ice is going to go towards the crate over there, which, you know, is the ideal situation. Now I need to mine a little bit of ice to test it out, but first I'm going to use the remaining components that I have just to finish up the place as much as I can. So once again, Just give me a few seconds and this should be far more complete once we come back once again. Well, my friends, I barely had enough resources to weld all of this, but guess what? Everything is welded. Well, everything from that side to this side. Everything on the left side. This quote-unquote starter base, we are going to leave somewhat unwelded. First, I don't have the materials, and second, I don't know, we are going to move this part, the basic refinery and assembler, we are going to put over here. As we can see, I already have the frames, I just don't have the materials to weld them just yet, and they are, you know, riddled with stuff. I really don't feel like doing this transfer right now. It's perfectly functional, you know, it's something we can do later. So, with all of this somewhat built, what I was thinking about doing is I'm going to grab the Firefly, I'm going to go back to base, collect the monstrosity, bring the monstrosity over here, collect some ice, and test the entire system. After all, we need to fill up these two crates, which are still filled with a bunch of stuff that we end up not needing. We still need to fill up this crate with a bunch of ice to see if the Firefly can handle it. On the first journey, the Firefly will have to deal with the ice plus the garbage that we have. So it's not going to be a complete 100% test, but it is going to give us an idea, right? It's going to give us an idea on if this is a good idea. Oh, hello? I'm stuck on something. Oh, dumbass. I turned off the landing gear instead of the parking brake. Oh well. Time to go back to base now. There we go. Firefly monstrosity on end. Time to go to our ice base and start collecting some ice. And hopefully we'll be able to carry the 2 crates worth of ice. Otherwise I will have to delete one of them and we'll be able to only carry one at a time. It's still a lot of ice, it's just that it's not as good, so let's hope that we can actually... The hell? You're behaving differently this time. Oh, because I grabbed it a little bit over where it usually tends to go. Oh well, let me land this sucker now. Well, one thing I can tell you, this is a tight landing. Everything fits perfectly. It's just that you need to be careful while maneuvering around here. Okay, the monstrosity has been delivered. Now let's park the Firefly without crashing against the power pole. That would not be good, as that it is the only source of power that we have over here. So last time we came to the conclusion that the platform was too small, but I disagree. I say the railings were the problem. Because, yeah, even though it doesn't look very leveled, but that's due to the mechanics of the landing gears. They will immediately lock the second they touch anything, so they don't even allow us to level the second we touch down, right? But if we point the cockpit forward, we don't need railings, so nothing should collide and everything should be fine. Great, so now time to pick up the monstrosity. Come on, baby. Alright, so now I'm going to try and dig myself a hole into the ice, as per usual, as we did with the iron. All we need to do is to have our drills pointing downwards a little bit. So let me just do that. We right-click like a little bit. Okay, monstrosity is pointing down. We can now left-click and collect some ice. Fan-freaking-tastic. Oh wow, that was quick. We are completely full and not a hint of stone. In fact, we are so full that the hinges can no longer... oh shit. The hinges can no longer raise the front drill. Come on, monstrosity. Stop doing that. There we go. Out of the hole we go. Yeah, we are a tad bit full. I started digging over there, but I thought better because it's right in front of my of the exit. That wasn't the smartest idea I ever had, but okay. Sometimes, you know, it be like that. You start doing something and then you realize the big mistake that you made and how stupid you look, because now that is a permanent scar in this ice leak. We have connection. Let's see this being emptied out. This is not being emptied. The drills were already emptied out, but the connector... Oh, they are slowly and steadily being emptied out. It's not an immediate effect. I thought it was going to be immediate, but oh well, it is what it is. It's not exactly the end of the world, right? Okay, so all the ice is being transferred over there. I suppose that we should be able to find some ice over here now. The connector is now filled with ice. So now the second... where's my crate? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid. Oh, you know what happened, guys? I'm going to tell you what happened. I am... like... I am stupid. I forgot one of the most basic rules of space engineers. Never abandon a grid that doesn't have power. Why, might you be asking? Because the game is going to delete that grid. Yeah, that's right. The game just deleted our shipping crate. Okay, sure. Back to base, I suppose. Let's build another one. Alright, my friends, this time we are going to slap a tiny little battery over in the rotor. I did it this way because I didn't want the battery to be ginormous and weigh a ton. We are supposed to bring resources, not lose them. I'm going to be honest, I'm more upset about the resources that we lost with that thing than anything else. There was a bunch of nickel and cobalt, things that we have to go a little bit far to get. Whatever. It is what it is. This time, I'm going to wait a little bit for that battery to be fully recharged, and then I'm going to, you know, grind that and take it away. But I'm going to do a small experiment first. I don't want to fill it with resources only to lose it. I'm going to go into the one side decide to cut this off. I'm going to go into the Firefly. I'm going to drive away, and then I'm going to come back and see if this thing is still here. I'd rather lose these resources than, you know, fill it up with a bunch of valuable stuff and then lose it again in the future. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're thinking to yourselves, man, that sounds stupid, why would the game delete grids that are unpowered? Makes no sense. Well, just think about it in this way. Imagine that we go into combat with a Firefly against another vehicle, and, you know, the other vehicle shoots a few bits here and there, and we start losing blocks all over the place, right? We would start trashing the world with tiny little blocks, and the game needs to remember all of them. And from the game's perspective, it's not different from a loose block that we might drop into the world like this. You know, they look the same. So the trash removal options pretty much tell the game, hey, if the player moves away from the trash, remove it. The same way, you know, those resources are not going to stay in there forever, because there is a limited amount of resource entities that can ever exist in the world at any given time. So if we go into a mine and we start drilling and creating resource thingies like stones and iron and whatever, those things are going to be deleted because, you know, the count will max out, and the game will delete the older ones because it assumes that we've forgotten about them. Well, that's pretty much how it works, so it's not the game's fault, it's my fault that I forgot that. It's just that I am unsure if one battery is enough for the game not to delete this. This thing has power, and it's going to have power forever once this is recharged, because, well, is not going to use any power, so, you know, should be recharged forever and should never be deleted, especially because once we start using it, we are going to attach it to the main grid, so the game is not going to think about it as a loose piece in the floor, right? So we should never run into that problem again. But like I said, I'm going to test it out once the battery is full, and I can swap it from recharge into auto, because if it is on recharge, it is the same as not having power. So the game would be once again deleting this. So if you are going to do this, remember to swap the battery from recharge into auto. So, like I said, I went back to the ice lake. In fact, I even spent some time there. I did some mining, so just to make sure that we had a bunch of ice ready to go to fill up those crates over there. So I gave it more than enough time to despawn. If we return and he's still there, that means that that little trick, just adding that tiny little battery, will... Oh shit! Okay, I forgot to turn on my braking thrusters for a moment. I was a tad bit worried that we were going to crash. And... is there? Yes, it is. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay. Let me just drop the monstrosity, pick that thing up, and move it into the ice lake so that we can fill it up with ice and transport it back to base to see if that is going to work. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was looking at the weight of the ice. Each full cargo is going to weigh 42,000 kilograms, 42 tons, which means 84 tons of ice. I have a slight impression that is a little bit too much, but hey, we are going to try, because it's for science, of course. Alright, my friends, first a lock attempt, here we go. Come on. Without the camera this is not as easy, but the merge blocks are pretty tolerant, as we can see. They are not on auto lock, and there we go. Auto lock on. That thing is now connected. It's still not connected via the connector, but it is in place. We can leave it now if we wanted to, or we can just park on top of it. Just give me a moment, because clearly something is wrong with my maglock plate. There we go. Can I park on top of it now? Apparently I can. Okay. Hopefully nothing bad happened over there, but in any case, now we have to... I still have to figure out this mechanism, how I'm gonna do this, because the merge block... how should I put it? I need to manually unlock both of these things before I get into the Firefly. That's less than ideal, but for now, for the purpose of this test, I think it's going to work. There we go, so now some ice should be pushed into there, no? Ah, there we go, see? It is slowly getting there. It took a little bit of time, but now we just need to wait for this process to be complete. Once again, in my mind I thought this was faster, but well, at least it is working, okay? The worst part is going to be trying to lift off with this thing. That much I am in doubt that we are going to achieve, but once again, at least we are going to try it. Alright, my friends, this is as full as it ever going to be, and now that I think about it, we are not only transporting the ice inside of these two cargo containers, we are also transporting ice inside of the connector, which can hold up to 8,000 units of inventory, if memory serves me correctly. Yep, 8,000 liters, which is 21 additional tons that we need to carry. So effectively we are transporting 100 tons of ice. Oh my god. Poor Firefly. Oh boy. I saved the game just in case. Just in case. Okay. First, let's go over here. Turn on the engines. Not that this thing should tumble, it is, I believe, quite stable, but okay. You toggle block off. Okay. Right now it is only the magnetic connection between the connectors that is keeping these in place. Dooks. Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. Nope. Uh-huh. Yep, the Firefly is trying, but it's not achieving. Yeah, I thought as much. Connect again. Come on, connect. There we go. Turn you. Come on. Turn you turn you on before you drift apart too much and reconnect you once again. So, changes. Yeah, changes. I suppose that we are going to lose the merge block right here, and we are going to lose one of the cargo containers, and we are going to go for connector, cargo container, and a tiny little battery on the side, and well, we are just going to have to deal with the frame rate loss for this one thing. Okay, we are just going to have one. One is not a major deal. It's when you start to have a lot that merge blocks tend to be a good idea. Now, I am in somewhat of a pickle because I need to unload this before deleting it. But guess what? The second I take ice from there, the machine is going to push more ice into it. Oh well, let me just fix this. Alright, so I have emptied out this thing. Let's see if we can lift off with this one empty, connector full, and that full. Because if we can, then it's obvious that we are not going to have any problem, because we are even going to shave off some weight by deconstructing the merge block and the small cargo container and moving the connector over here. So yeah, if we can move now, shouldn't be in any problems. Let's turn you off. Not you, you. Then let's disconnect you. Okay, now we're talking. It's not super, like, fast, but we can move. Jesus, finally! Okay, now give me one more moment while I empty out the connector. Alright, here we go. So let's fill this connector up with the ice. And then let's bring this thing back home. It is not exactly the most beautiful thing that I have ever built, but you know what? As long as it works, that's all I care. And truth be told, 42 plus 8,000, that's like 21 extra. 63,000 ice. It's not an insignificant amount, so it is a good start. Alright, my friends, connector filled up. Let's disconnect it and be very careful. Can you hold on, Firefly? You are not lying to me, are you? Yeah. What? Firefly. What the hell? You could hold on to a container plus connector filled with ice plus another What? I don't get it. How is this? How is this a thing? My mind is... I'm not understanding, okay? Give me one moment to try and figure out what the hell is going on over here. Well, I can't understand, guys. Like I said, it was pulling a this weight plus the merge block and the other cargo container. I'm pretty sure this thing became lighter, and yeah, the connector had the ice on it because I had to remove the ice from the connector to deconstruct it, so I know exactly how much ice was in there, and it is exactly the same amount as it is now. I built 2 additional small thrusters. I am unsure if this is going to make the difference, but hey, how about we try it, right? Not going to give up so easily on this project. Oh, come on, game, really? I think the game is trolling me now. Yeah. Yeah, nope. Yeah, the game was fucking with me. Forget it, guys. I reloaded the game. I saved the game, exit, reloaded, and yeah. Look at this. It's going up really quickly now in comparison to what it was with the merge block and the other container. Yep, it was the game just trolling me. Sometime, okay, guys, just another tip for you. I'm pretty sure most of you know this game better than me, but just in case you don't, okay, here's a small tip for you. If something is not working, save the game, exit, and try it again. Do that before you go deconstructing a bunch of things, and in the end you're not going to understand why it is not working, and the next day is going to be mysteriously working. So just save yourself some time and just save and load. Okay, my friend, so here it is. That thing is connected. And we are going to have to park Firefly on the platform because there is no connector for it. Oh well. It is a temporary solution. I think that the next step, now that we have this operational, not exactly up to the standards that we want it to be, but hey, it's somewhat functional. I know that it would be best to process this on site, but oh well. Did I break? No, I did not. Okay. Alright guys, so success I suppose, ice is in there, and yeah, bunch of processing facilities now are required. So I think that in the next episode we are going to create a room for oxygen and hydrogen production, and I heard something like it was broken. Maybe just my imagination. In any case, we are going to expand our platform a little bit. I was thinking, here's an idea for the future of course, we are going to get rid of all of these refineries. They are turned off, they are not doing anything, we don't want them anymore. And I'm also going to get rid of all these cargoes, containers. I have plans on expanding them over here. Come on. I just laid down a couple of frames while I was waiting for the battery, and in between episodes I also did a little bit of work over here while I was just imagining what I wanted, you know, because I am unsure of what I should be doing over here. So yeah, I think we are going to transfer the rest of the containers over into that room. We are going to get rid of all of that, and then we are going to demolish this line and bury it underneath the platform so it is protected, and that way we can get a connector on the face of the platform, which means the Firefly or that thingy would be much closer to the ground and of much easier access, and it would also look better. So I think those two things, the oxygen slash hydrogen production and trying to beautify this a little bit, should be our next objectives. But with our Amazon delivery completed, I think we are going to call it this episode, guys. Probably a little bit shorter than usual, but believe it or not, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out that the game was actually trolling me. So yeah, unfortunately this is all the time that I have, so like I said, next episode we are going to get busy making things look pretty and more functional, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. So with that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!